Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're a man on a mission. A comitatus on a mission. We're going... I should have checked this earlier, but I'm a fool, and I did not. So we're going to check it now. We want to take missions to Torzags, because we're going to stop there on the way. We also want to take missions to Lumen, because we're headed there. Eventually. And I guess the other thing that we could consider just taking with us... How much money do we have? 137? That's quite a bit. We could consider just taking metal with us. So if we look... like, we look here... I guess... I'm not sure... Well, it doesn't quite look like you can actually make any money taking metal to Torzags. Not at all. How about... What if we take it to Lumen, though? Is that a possibility? Looks like bronze and copper are an option, and tin as well. And we already have tin for Kandake. So maybe just buy the one, buy this one, buy that one? You guys don't have a lot of metal here. I probably should have bought that. Dragon Bone is contraband? Are you kidding me? What? Maybe not here, they didn't check for it. Or maybe they did and I just kind of breezed by it because I assumed they didn't care. Alright, well there's boatloads of supplies here. So let's go ahead and load up on supplies. And then I guess we're just going to book it out of here. We could hire a few more fighters. We don't have more scouts. All our scouts got eaten. I forgot about them. 1, 2, 3. And then exchange for news. And then you guys are not going where I plan to go. So let's get back out on the road here. Let's pay our guys today. Boost our movement speed. And then off we go. To the races. This is probably like my favorite stretch of road in the whole game. It's two movement the whole way. And you're just like screaming along it. You go so fast. Especially when you have the full 10 movement speed, it's really exciting. And then now it gets into the 3-bit pieces of 3, which is fine. Let's pop by Buka here. You got anything new for us? More rumors from Mirage? You got anything? Oh, you do! I'll buy a bronze statue for 5 supplies. No time for any of that, she says. Out of the crossroads like a rocket. And as much as I hate to go to Torzags with contraband in my inventory... 5, bros, you absolute jerk. We will have to because I have missions to drop off here. Chance to smuggle the illicit goods, let's boost it on the chance that they catch me. I would be very disappointed in myself. They would, if they like, assuming the worst thing they do is confiscate it, I would still be devastated because that's a lot of money to have sunk into a mission and have it come up empty and then have to go back and get more, I assume. Alright, so we have 6 days worth. Let's fill out our row. And then we would like to... So Devon, Arcane Devon, Lumen, yes please! Obsidian, great. Near Lumen is a defend. Maybe that's what I had read earlier, is I just kind of breezed over the fact it wasn't a delivery mission, it was a defense mission. Ventulium, okay, none of this stuff is what I want. But we could take some more pottery, I'm sure. They're like dying for pottery in Lumen at all times. Let's go ahead and fill out our inventory with pottery. And then head back out into the wasteland. Not even a break to stop at the inn. We're people on a mission here. Zoom. I'm still a little upset about the Vigilus Tower. We just walked in there and the guy was like, no, get out of here. Give me your stupid letter. that the priest gave you, and F you, my man. And I'm like, what do I do about that? There was nothing to be done. So eventually we'll make our way back to Larnak and tell the priestess that we screwed up royally, and she'll probably cry. No, she won't cry. She'll chew us out, and then we'll cry. And I won't know what to do with myself. Are you serious? At least they're weak as hell, but they're probably gonna kill all my people. Let's defend the fighting crew, but holy crap, they cannot stay alive for anything. Makeshift barricade. That's great. We're up to 94% success. And then does the shield wall? The shield wall actually makes it worse. So let us not do that. Let's try to eliminate their leaders. Maybe that will help us. Yes, let's go. Go hard or go home. Bang. We got a big boy and some weaklings. Is everybody at full health? I hope so. Looks like everybody's doing pretty good from a health standpoint. I think Nadir was the worst off before. Give me some good initiative. Great initiative, I should say. Suppressing shot. Draws her bow and overwatches the shot. So let's just aim at the weaklings. Try to take them out as fast as possible. Ilani stabbed the one in front of you. Good job. Nadir, why don't you drop this this fire thing? Or do we go? I think we try to kill that one. And Ren, maybe you can finish it up? Yes, you did. Alright, we took one of them out. So that's one damage instance that we could possibly have avoided. Go for the one right in front of you. Great is awesome. And then Gorgoro, go for a swing. You killed the one and hit the other. I can't ask for more, really. He's roared at me. Alright. Now, Nadir, what's the plan here? You guys are all gonna go pretty early. Oh, it's because you stunned literally everybody. So let's just like lay down some, well, I was gonna say let's lay down some damage, but that's not how that worked out. Let's try to lock you at the back here. I don't think he'll be able to move. He's mauled me. Let's continue to lock you down. I think you're stuck, so I don't think you'll be able to hit anybody back there. One and a miss, not an evade. Evade is better because it would have pushed him to the back row. But we'll just deal with it. Let's go ahead and kill this guy, or work on killing this guy, I should say. Let's see. Distracting throw, and then back up. Switch with Ren. Gorgoro, stab this dude. Yes. Not how that I envisioned that going. Let's move. Let's put a fireball thing on the ground, because he's gonna move back to the front and then immediately be erased. Ilani has killed the little one. So let's go ahead and just start dropping poison on this fool. He's mauled Ren for a little bit. Jump forward and Mantis stab. Break his armor. This will help everybody. Ren, go ahead and just target him. Just help everybody else's attack go. Good fireball. He's down to about half health. Ren, I'm gonna have you wait this time. Ilani, hit him with your spear. Revive is awesome. Another fireball, please. Harvick, go ahead and apply bleed. Break some more of the armor. And he should die just due to damage over time, but we'll try to finish him. Now he dies. Okay, he gets a turn to act and then he bleeds out. Alright. That was not too bad. And we kill... Oh, okay. So maybe that's the key, is when, like, you vastly outnumber them and your crew is pretty strong, go hard on, like, the leaders, because that locks a bunch of them up. And then maybe that'll just be better for your crew as a whole. Shield wall? In a pursue action? I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So let's pursue them. We're at a 98% chance to succeed. Wipe them out. Absolutely devastated. I'm feeling better about my combat abilities after the last episode. Success, success. Didn't lose anybody, I don't think. Your crew inflicts damage on the Chakra. Severely wounds them. We success. I don't think we need to rest at all, actually. I mean, we'll heal, but I don't think anybody was hurt. Yeah, absolutely devastated. They took 3 of our supplies, and we just destroyed the rest of them. We took as much supplies as we can take. What is the most valuable thing they have? Hide, bone? I mean, we're going to Lumen, so let's see here. Raw materials? Hides are worth 3.6, ivory is 2.2, bone is 1.2. So yeah, bone is not the way to go. A bone? Anybody watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Anyway. We're going to take the hides with us, and then we'll call that good. Alright, and we're 1 shy of Lumen, so we'll just camp out here in the wasteland, get our health back up, and in we go! What is happening? Oh, they're beating up the slaves again. None of our concern. Gorgoro's upset. Is there any oil here? I should have been buying oil this entire time to try and appease the man. There's none. Alright, next time, mental note, get oil for Gorgoro so he can clean his sword or whatever he does with it. And then we can appease him. Otherwise, he's probably going to bail on us, and that's not great for our chances for the rest of the game. We are going to sell the copper, sell the bronze, sell these hides, all the pottery, and then we're going to drop off Kandake's stuff. Well, isn't that nice? Oh, you've said that a million times. That was the last thing I needed. Phase 1 is complete now, she says happily. But there's still a lot of things to do. In fact, we've only just begun. There is a lot to explain, but not right now. Please do come back sometime later, and then I'll be ready to tell you about the next step. All right. We've done well. Good job, us. Can we... Can we ask what's going on? As you enter Kandake's workshop, you find an even greater mess than before, although you wouldn't have thought this to be possible. What free space there was before is now cluttered with boxes, crates, and various pieces of scientific or arcane equipment. With an expression of utter desperation, Levantius is fighting a losing battle to achieve even a minuscule appearance of order, while Kandake flits from heap to heap erratically, doing gods know what. Ask about the expedition. Oh, you're back! The researcher says upon seeing you. Good, time we talked. Please have a seat. You look around, but can't find any place to sit amidst the utter mess that is her workshop. Kandake herself settles down on a shaky pile of books. Her position is quite awkward, but she either won't admit it or doesn't care, or most likely doesn't even notice. So, she begins with waving Levantius closer, you no doubt wonder what all the former fuss was about, and why I needed those goods you brought me. Well, yes, they are for my expedition. I already told you as much. But what is that expedition about? Ready for the details? You nod. Kandake claps her hands with a childlike glee. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, this is so exciting. Where to begin? Where to begin? With that, she phases out and stares blankly in front of her so that Levantius has to intervene. Maybe the location, Domina. Kandake snaps out of her trance. Ah, yes, have you heard of the Leviathan's demise? It's a most desolate place, far to the southwest from here, over the plains of Bone. Nasty piece of land. It is so named after the gigantic, I really mean gigantic, reptilian skeleton that withers there since who knows when, the Leviathan. No one knows what exactly it is, and whence it came, but that is about to change. You want to examine the skeleton, you ask? Not merely examine, Kandake replies with glimmering eyes, then pauses for dramatic effect. But discern its very origins. Again she pauses and smiles. For see, she smiles, I have a theory. You're sure you don't have to urge her to explain? I call it the Golden Theory. You don't say. That's what our mission's been called this entire time. She continues. You probably think I do so because of its quality. And let me assure you, without being modest, too immodest, it is golden in that sense as well. But in the fact that it's got to do with what I believe to be the true nature of those remains. Kandake steeples her fingers and leans back with a confident smirk. Given that she's sitting on a pile of books, this results in her almost toppling over, but somehow she manages to retain her balance and goes on as if nothing happened. To explain, I must begin from a bit further in time, namely the Dragon War. I'm sure you've heard about it, but to summarize, that was when the relatively newly arrived Dragon Lords and the Empire waged war against each other over some teeny-weeny territorial dispute. Silly brats, the lot of them. Anyhow, the Empire didn't do too well, but when one of the Dragon Lords, that boorish white one, changed sides, and with his help they managed to ambush and defeat the noblest of its brethren, the Golden Dragon. See where this is going? You'd have to be a fool not to. Kandake shifts around on her heap of books, looking every second as if she is going to fall. Now it is commonly accepted that the Golden One was defeated, and I'm not going to argue with that, but the strange thing is no one seems to know what happened to his remains, or at least the mortal ones. For see, the Dragon Lords are partly beings of pure energy, imbued with the power of the arcane flame they embody, and although they manifest themselves wholly in the physical world, their bodies are mere husks they wear as garb, and can transform at will. I believe, and during my research I've found the ample evidence to suggest so, that the Leviathan is what remains of the Golden One's discarded husk, and maybe more important, the essence of the Dragon Lord might still linger there. She finishes with a triumphant smile and looks at you expectantly. You ask what her plan is. Well, to prove my theory, of course, I've developed methods to examine the Leviathan on a highly sophisticated level. That's what the more curious items I asked you to bring me are for. But to venture there and set up a research camp, I will need help from someone skilled in traversing and surviving the wasteland. You! So what do you say? Kandake asks. While rocking to and fro on her pile of books involuntarily, Kandake waits for you to speak. Ask her why she is so sure that the Leviathan is the Golden Dragon's skeleton. Tell her according to historical accounts, the Dragon Lord Predargor who was raised as an undead, so that cannot be his skeleton. Ooh, that! Kandake's expression betrays dismay. Oh, I got stuck in the voice. Please, Vagrus, do not embarrass yourself by reciting these false beliefs. No, these are worse. Imperial propaganda. Does anybody honestly believe that they had the ability and power to raise a Dragon Lord from death? How would that even be possible when the Lords are known by the experts to be beings of energy evolved way beyond the mortal coil? Interesting that this Dragon Lich has not been seen, well, ever. Our Dragon Lords and the dragons old enough to have fought in the war have never confirmed that this happened, and the Imperials are not to be trusted. But even if this was part of this that isn't made up, the Golden One returned as an undead. It must have been for a brief time, and then his remains were subsequently discarded to lie dormant on the plains of bone. That is what I will prove. Alright, I'm not going to argue with her. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so I've heard enough. You will lose 10 cargo slots while carrying her stuff. Very well, says Kandake. Kandake jumps to her feet. Finally, the pile of books collapses. Oh, such instability, she remarks as if noting it for the first time. Now, as you can see, we are already neck-deep in preparations and are ready to depart for the Leviathan's demise practically any time. How about you? The researcher is visibly excited, and even the otherwise stoical Levantius seems to be more enthusiastic than usual. Splendid, Kandake exclaims and even makes a little jump. Oh, this is going to be great. I can hardly wait. And thank you so much for joining us. I promise you won't regret it. My assistants and I shall be joining your comitatus shortly, and of course we'll bring all that cargo along that you were kind enough to hoard for us. Levantius is looking at the floor with a vaguely apologetic smile. Leave her and her assistant to final preparations. We've gained her cargo. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, where are we headed? Anyway, to the southwest? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's actually way close. Okay. We'll go around and through. 6 to 8 days away. I think, based on that, let's just load up with this stuff. Sell the tin. And that's 6 to 8 days. So we're just going to go supply heavy. Maybe we can stop at, like, the Quarry or Vigilus Tower. Maybe the Quarry, and see if we can't offload the Ceruleus Crystal for a better price or something. But for now, let's just get going. We're like chomping at the bit to do some of Kandake's stuff here. I think it's better. Yeah, it's a better opportunity to go directly south, because this is 9 to get here versus 6 to get there. So we'll go that directly south through the wasteland. I know there's possibility of Chakra, but we did deal with them last time. Oh, and it looks like we could cut right through the quarry. Neato. I'm glad we did that. Into the quarry. We'll pop by real quick just on the off chance that we could sell you. Not in demand. All right, we're not going to sell you here. We will rest, though. We could get the last of the scouts, so now we have 3 at least, so that's something. 1, 2, 3. And then let's go for 2 more fighters. Now we have an even 20. I like to have at least 20. Twin Towers, Near Crystal, Fort Viridium, Larnac. Alright, we're not going to any of those places. And they don't trust us anyway, so we couldn't do it. We don't have 0 with you guys? Oh no, we do. We just don't have the inventory. Right, I understand. So, let's, oh, we were gonna rest. I went out and back in twice. The guards are like, this dude keeps coming and going. It's very weird. Alright, we'll rest here. We must be out of medical supplies. I'm surprised. I feel like we haven't really been using it all that much. We will sleep on the ground. Trade for news. Passengers are not where we're headed anyway. And then on through the mountains we go. Here. And then we'll pop by the Iosian Quarry, since we have the... we're kind of going in that direction anyway, and then we can get some more insight, which we can then use to upgrade Krifta. More healing, very good. Into the Iosian Quarry. We've never been here. The Iosian Quarry is at the brim of the Plains of Bone, a notorious breeding ground of monstrous creatures. Due to this, the perimeter of the place is highly fortified, and the guarding mercenaries are ever watchful. In the case of the majority, this is quite literal. More than 2/3 of the guard you encounter are undead. Interesting. As you enter the premises, you get entrusted to the care of an old slave when you head towards the designated campsite. He's clad in yellow and green, the colors of the local authority. To your shock, you can see the man's legs are skeletal, lacking any meat and sinew, yet he walks around without apparent discomfort. Having a local guide is convenient. Your guide tells you that the obsidian deposits here have dried up long ago. Industrial operations are minimal, so the mines have been converted into living quarters or houses. The huge hole in the ground is now more of a base of operations for parties venturing out into the Plains of Bone under the employ of House Aquo and Imperial necromancers who support them. Brigades are either gather bones in great quantity or look for special skeletons. The necromancers, who are the local representatives of the Empire, pay well for the latter, while the Aquo sell the gathered ivory and bone in bulk elsewhere. Currently, there is a surge in Skortar activity, so they are looking for folks ready to fight that menace. Don't worry, Dominus. The damned mutants are kept in check by the mercenaries. It is just the commercial activities are limited now because of the infestation. That is comforting. If you have any, I'm happy to answer your questions. The old slave is an experienced guide. Why do you have legs of bone? No, we don't really have any questions. People, most of them are alive, secluded in the Bone Garden. Do you guys want this stuff? Not in demand. Alright, we'll just hold on to it forever, I guess. You want to go to Tectum Carvos, so you might want to rethink that, my friends. Distribute at Lumen, defend and eliminate, and distribute in the Jerusian Quarry. Which is, like, on the other side of the mountains, I see. Well, we need to head to the Leviathan's demise. So maybe we'll deal with this stuff later. But for now, out into the wasteland we go. Doo-doo-doo. These are long distances to travel. Send our workers out. They have a 0% chance to make that work. So instead, maybe we didn't want to do that. Alright, we'll wait here. Ren is healed. Downward we go. I know you're mad. I need to find you some oil so you're not so mad. We'll go a little further. And I'm guessing just like gun it straight for the Leviathan's demise? Wait a minute. It's not. Okay, I guess we'll do a little jog first. Rest again. And then here. Yep, we'll pay you guys tonight, in case the Leviathan destroys us or something. Pay you guys. And then in we go. Explore the Leviathan. There it is! The fabled Leviathan! The enormous reptilian skeleton looms menacingly over you, as well as the entire landscape. Cyclopean rib bones protruding from the barren soil-like spires of an ancient city, buried under the white dust. The mere sight and the notion of that such a monstrosity might have ever existed defy belief. You try to take it in, but it proves simply too much, because of its sheer proportions and of its implications. Given its size, it might as well be a long-abandoned fortress carved from bone. The pale light glistens atop its spine. Small whirlwinds emerge between its ribs as the imprisoned desert breeze tries to break free. And who knows what secrets the cavities of its skull hold. No wonder even the Skortar and the carrion birds shun this place. For all its uncaring dead silence, there is something uncannily sinister about the remains of the Leviathan. Before we go in there, can we... Well, we're in there now. I was going to say, could we try to upgrade our dudes? You look up to the dark, hollow eyes of the enormous skull. The empty sockets seem to mesmerize you. What mysteries do you keep? You mutter yourself unwillingly, almost as if someone or something made you wonder and utter these words. Maybe your studies in the arcane arts could help. Yeah. One thing's for certain, such a draconic beast might only have walked Zerine during the arrival of the Dragon Lords, or even earlier, when their broods were abundant and their magic the source of legends. Yet as much as you try, you simply cannot remember any mentions of a creature that perished here. Whatever it was, tremendous arcane power was required to make it plausible. But there was something else. As you examine the Leviathan, you get a faint sense that you are missing something, some kind of a hidden clue, something you haven't paid enough attention to, something nagging at the edge of your consciousness, almost like a presence, dead yet still lingering, waiting. You shake your head. No, these aren't your thoughts, just something brought about by the unnatural atmosphere and loneliness of this place. You take a few deep breaths and they disappear. We gain 3 insight. We rock around without any specific focus. You send out some teams and stroll around a bit yourself. You can't help but feel overwhelming awe and reverence as you place... I lost my train of thought. As you pace down along the side of the skeleton. The silence is eerie. Nothing moves here except for you and your crew. Even the wind's howl seems somewhat reluctant, almost intimidated, afraid. You cast your eyes upon the empty waste surrounding the Leviathan. An unsettling feeling out of space and time comes upon you. Before your thoughts could stray further, your scouts return. Nothing here, they report, but dust and bones. And with a final glance at the gargantuan carcass, you decide it's best not to linger here. Empty eye sockets the size of a gatehouse watch you depart. We return to the Comitatus. What the heck? Are we not where... Are you kidding me? Did we leave without them in tow? No, they're here. Okay. Whew. Almost had a mini heart attack. I was like, did we walk all the way out here? Oh, okay. I see. That was all just like the intro. I was like, we walked all the way out here and Levantius and Kandake are still back in Lumen. I'm going to lose it. Alright, before we go in there, let's go to our companions. Go to Krifta. Upgrade you. Confirm. And then, we're gonna give you... What's better? Bounty Hunter? Evade? I think... Yeah, Initiative Power, Resistances. Those all seem really good. I'd love to upgrade, Aim Shot, yeah. I was gonna say, I'd love to upgrade, like, her kind of bread and butter damage skill there. And Cunning Huntress seems like a good upgrade. So Krifta has been upgraded. Isn't there somebody else? Yeah, Ren, you're only a level 2 either, or as well. So let's upgrade you. Craven! Let's make you a marksman. Or, do we want to do Deft Swordsman? Accuracy, block, and vitality seems useful. give you dexterous, deft swordsman, and then you still have 4 proficiency left. So let's go give you some con, charismatic, and then maybe some hunting +2. Yeah, that seems good. Cool. And now all of our companions are level 3. So that should just help with our general combat ability. Okay, the legends speak of the cyclopean, vaguely draconic beast's remains that lie at the heart of the grim plains of bone, untouched by time and undisturbed by scavengers. Yet seeing the mountain-sized skeleton with one's own eyes is awe and fear-inspiring beyond what is imaginable. The gods were right to strike down such a creature, for its wings would send hurricanes across the land, and its steps would summon earthquakes. Perhaps they were jealous of such might. Okay. Well, let's pause the episode there. It's a good time as any to right before we get into the Leviathan stuff with Kandake and Levantius. So, if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms, you want to see where this Leviathan story goes, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.